welcome to the Clever Hound. Today Elf and I are going to demonstrate some of the steps to teaching your dog to come when they're called. The recall is a pretty complicated exercise, particularly when you start getting into calling your dog off of distractions, and definitely think safety first while your dog is first learning the recall. Until he's very, very reliable in safe environments, I don't recommend having your dog off leash in an area where it might not be safe if he makes a mistake and doesn't come right away when he's called. Elf and I will demonstrate some of the early stages of the recall now. The first step is I just want her to acknowledge that I'm talking to her when I say her name. So I'm just going to say her name and click when she orients to me in any way. This might be an ear flick, a head turn, anything that says, I know you mean me. Elf. Good girl. Elf. Good. Elf. Good. All right. So for the next stage, I'm going to start asking for a little bit of movement. At this point, you can decide whether you want to just have your dog's name mean come to me, or if you want to add a recall cue like come or front or something like that. For purposes of today, we will use the word come so that Elf knows she's allowed to get off of the table. I'm starting with her up on a climb. If you have a helper, you can actually do these early stages with somebody holding your dog. You could also call them out of a crate if they're reliable about staying in a crate until they're released. You have choices, but in the beginning of teaching this, you don't necessarily want to be calling your dog off of a distraction. So either having just somebody neutrally holding them or having them on a stay can sometimes be a little bit easier. Elf, come! Oh, that was kind of an outtake. All right, I'm gonna pay her because I clicked, but in reality, that wasn't such a great one. Elf, come here, load up. Sit. So what I wanna try to click is as soon as she starts moving towards me. Elf, come. Good. Good job, load up. We'll do a couple of those. Elf, come. Good. All right, load up. Elf. So now that she has the idea to move towards me, I'm going to raise my criteria for the click. At this point, I need to make a choice what my final behavior is going to be when my dog gets to me. Some options you have are come in and touch your hand, come in and sit. It can just be come in and stay close to you, but I do think it's easier for most dogs if you give them a clear, this is what I would like you to do. At this point, I'm going to actually change my cue from come to front because Elf has been taught that front means to come and sit in front of me. If I wanted her to come in and touch my hand, which I can also demonstrate, I would say touch. Elf, front! So at that point, I'm going to withhold my click until she sits. Well done, good girl, load up. So that's one option for what your dog will do when they get to you. Other option, touch, is to have her come in and do a hand target. Either way, she's coming close enough that I could easily put a leash on her if I needed to, take a hold of her collar, whatever I might need to do. Load up. Obviously, you're going to gradually increase your distance, which is a little bit hard to do with the space I have for video. You'll also start working on calling your dog off of distractions. I would recommend doing that very systematically. Start with a really mild distraction that's a little ways away, where your dog is most likely to be successful. Then gradually increase the level of distraction and gradually work it closer until your dog will come to you no matter what else is going on. This takes some time to have it really reliable, but the more you can have the idea that your dog needs to make good choices and the more you reward them for making those good choices, the easier it will be when they have a distraction to deal with later on. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks a lot. Bye.